Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning, then welcome back. Either way, I am really glad to have you and I hope you're doing well. In case you didn't know, I am Ashlee Shades and this is Shades of Love. I welcome you to my channel. Here I bring you a romance story that I have written, one chapter or video at a time. Hopefully by the end of the month, give or take a week or so, you've received an entire story start to finish. And if at the end of this video you like what you heard and you want to continue more of this story or other stories, then I do hope you consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you're notified when I upload the next chapter. I guess that's it for this one. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get into the story, shall we? I don't want to hold you out because I know that this isn't why you're here. You're here for the story. So let's get going. Chapter 7. Charlie. The following day, Charlie stopped by the library to see if Liam was there. She wanted to visit him one last time before she flew home the next day. When she looked everywhere she could without spotting him, she walked up to the counter to ask Amelia if he was there. "I'm sorry, dear. He's out sick today." Disappointed, Charlie thanked Amelia, but instead of leaving, she decided to do a little more reading in the book that she checked out when she first visited the library. The History of the O'Sullivans. She flipped through the chapters she felt were useless and stopped at the one listed The Descendants of the First O'Sullivans. There had to be hundreds of them. It took a few minutes for her to make it to the more recent list of names. There was Dare O'Sullivan, Delay O'Sullivan, Kiara O'Sullivan, and... No, it can't be. Charlie picked up the book and approached Amelia. "Can I help you, dear?" "Yes, could you tell me if this is the same Liam that I've been hanging out with?" Amelia laughed in the elderly way when they found something amusing. "Yes, dear, that'd be the same Liam. He came in here as a young man almost 10 years ago, asking if he could help us out. I wasn't about to turn away a fellow book lover." "So he's been volunteering here all this time?" "He has." Charlie turned the book around to read the name again. Then she began to go over their conversations in her head. He knew so much about the O'Sullivan family, and now she knew why. But one fact stood out. "But he told me the O'Sullivan son was illiterate." "Oh dear, he was. Until he was in his teens. Taught himself to read, that one. Such a sweet boy, too. Everyone loves seeing him and his smile when they come in for books. His enjoyment makes others fall in love with the words, too." Charlie closed the book, having accumulated as much information as she needed, plus some. "Thank you, Amelia. Would you tell Liam I wish him well and that I said goodbye?" "I will, dear. You take care now." "Thank you. I will." Charlie left, shoulders slumped in dejection over not seeing Liam one final time. It was a heartbreak like she had never felt before. Chapter 8. Charlie. Wednesday morning arrived before she was ready, and Charlie was buckled in her seat on the flight home. But it didn't feel as though she was going home. Leaving Dublin felt like she was leaving a piece of herself there. She never felt that way when she left New York. Perhaps it was because she didn't get a chance to see Liam one last time, to say goodbye, thank him for all of the time that he spent showing her around. She would be eternally grateful to have met Liam. There would always be a place in her heart for the man he was. Generous, kind, patient, determined, funny. Boy, could he make someone laugh. And his smile, it truly could light up a room. And he showed her she was capable of loving someone. even if that person would forever be Liam. She leaned back in her seat and stared out the white clouds beneath the plane, begging them or the sky or anything to help her ease the aching in her heart. But nothing and no one was answering. It was something she would need to do herself over time. They say time heals. She would be putting that to the test. Charlie closed her eyes and forced her mind to settle. She had another 10 hours, if not more, left of the flight. She could always pass the time resting. The plane touched down close to 10 o'clock that evening, New York time. She sent Dan a quick email to let him know that she was back on the U.S. soil and would have her piece submitted by morning. A rush of emotion flooded Charlie when she walked into her apartment. Exhaustion mingled with a sense of loss overwhelmed her. She dropped her bags on the floor next to the stand in the entryway and shuffled through her place to her room. Without bothering to undress, Charlie climbed into bed and drifted off to sleep. Work would help her take her mind off things.
Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And remember, today was just one chapter of your story.